Peace and blessings to the family. It is me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Boston community. Shout out to the Louisiana All American Sports Network. And shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. This is the Tailgate Party Season 1, Episode 22. The title for this particular live stream is NIL Changed Everything. Tradition doesn't matter anymore. Quick description for this particular live stream. In the Tailgate Party Season 1, Episode 22, we're having a conversation HBCU fans don't always want to hear. The NIL era has changed college football forever. And tradition, legacy, and history may no longer be enough to land top recruits. Programs like Southern University built their brands on culture, winning, tradition, and iconic bands like the Human Jukebox. But today's athletes are focused on money, exposure, and opportunity. In this episode, we break down why the NIL has shifted recruiting priorities, how tradition and legacy are losing impact in modern recruiting, what this means for Southern University football and the SWAC, and how HBCUs can adapt instead of falling behind. This isn't hate, it's real talk about the new reality of college football and HBCU sports. Sign off in the comment section. Does tradition still matter? Or is NIL the real game changer? Subscribe to Coach 67 Sports TV for HBCU sports, Southern University football, pre-game analysis, post-game reactions, and clips from the Human Jukebox. So that's the description for this episode. Hopefully we get about an hour of power, but I already know the chat gonna turn up and they're gonna keep the episode and the show going longer. But it is what it is. Let's get it out the mud. Relaxing, calming rain. Salute Coach 67, chat, HBCU family, and Jaguar Nation. Salute to your family. He said tradition, history, and family. Tradition, history, family, and legacy is the reason I went and graduated from Southern. Yeah, me too. Same here. He said my mom, aunts, sisters, and cousins and niece all graduated from Southern. Well, my mom graduated from Southern. I had aunts. My sister graduated. I had cousins graduated from Southern also. My niece attended, but she didn't graduate. She ended up transferring to another institution. He also said I met my wife at Southern. He said the law says the same. Our children will graduate from Southern. Well, I didn't meet my first wife at Southern, but our first date was the Battle of the Bands. So he said Southern is tradition in my family. I wouldn't have dreamed of going anywhere else. Me either. So I'm not gonna lie, relaxing, calming rain. Everything you saying resonates strongly with me because it's my exact same story, for the exception of meeting my wife at Southern. I didn't meet my wife at Southern, but our first date was the Battle of the Bands. And he put Go Jags, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Motivation to build millionaire. Salute to your family. He said salute, Coach 67, chat, HBCU family, and Jaguar Nation. Salute to your family. He put same here. Most of my family graduated from Southern. Yeah, me too. Especially like on my mom's side of the family. My mom graduated from Southern. My younger sister graduated from Southern. I have cousins that graduated from Southern, aunts that graduated from Southern. So yeah, Southern is is it runs deep in my family also. He said I will meet my next wife in Southern. Now I ain't gonna lie. Now, hey, that was a word for me because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't meet my first wife in Southern, but hey, me and you operate in the same boat. Hey, that's the plan. From to meet my next wife in Southern, and for my next wife to be a Southern University graduate. Uh, Motivation to be a millionaire said these young kids aren't worried about that. They just want a bag. Oh, big facts. Big facts. We definitely gonna dive deep into it. And he put go Jags. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your boy Jay SU. He said salute, coach, go Jags. Yes, sir. Salute to your boy Jay. James Franklin, salute to you. He said salute, coach. Salute to your fam. He said, could SU get Colin Hurley? I don't know. I mean, I think in the day and age is all about that bag. Like I'm gonna talk about in the live stream, like tradition, legacy, all that. It really don't matter to a lot of these youngsters nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Man, salute to my brother 503 Lion. Salute, fam. Salute to you. You dig what I'm saying? Man, salute to my brother Jared Loving Green. Strong emoji, pray emoji, cool emoji. Salute to you, fam. Uh, your boy Jay said 95% of our recruits said they heard about the culture of Southern and the huge name of Marshall Falk. I just think it's a loud group of the portal who are definitely only about money. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I could see it's the reason why Southern drew a lot of kids, but at the same token, like a lot of these youngsters, they only want a bag. You know what I'm saying? So you really not gonna really get around that, your boy G. I mean, tradition, history, and legacy, it runs deep for me. But for a lot of these kids, they really don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all of that matters to the people that's here in the chat. But the thing about it is, a lot of these kids, they really want a bag. And in addition to that, a lot of there's NIL agents at this point. And I think that's probably one of the huge issues is if you look at the whole situation with Zion Chris, I wish him well and I want him to be successful. But a lot of these agents push kids to certain universities because there's more money on the table and they push them to those institutions so they can get their cut of the money. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Man, salute to my brother Brent Fox. For all of my Pittsburgh Steelers fans, he talk about Pittsburgh Steelers football on his channel. Man, y'all go check out my brother Brent Fox. Also go check out my brother Jared Loving Green. He said salute Coach 67 in chat. Salute to your family. Also, definitely go check out my brother Jared Loving Green on his channel. Saturday, we had another edition of the Black Man's Perspective. And yesterday, we had another episode of the Southern Baller Show. Go check out his channel. And also go check out my LDBC brother, 503 Lion, you did. Man, go over there to his channel. Check him out. Let me see. Yeah, hey, go check out 503 Lion, especially for all my LDBC family members. Man, go check out 503. You dig what I'm saying? Uh, James Franklin said, can we get more financial help than Tony Clayton? Well, I think the thing about it is, I think Tony Clayton has done an excellent job laying the groundwork for Southern University moving forward. I think he's done a good job to help lay a good foundation. But as a as a fan base, we're gonna need to step it up from the well, I'm already a season ticket holder. I'm already a season ticket holder. Uh, had a little technical. Excuse me. Had a little technical issue. Basically, uh, spam calls. Cause I was like, who calling my phone? I know everybody know I'm live right now, but spam call got through, knocked me out. But James Franklin asked an excellent question. He said, "Can we get more financial help than Tony Clayton?" I think Tony Clayton has done an excellent job in terms of laying the groundwork and laying the framework for Southern University from a financial standpoint. Myself, I'm already a season ticket holder, but I think it's going to be up to us as Jaguar Nation to contribute more, to donate more, and for them to do different things like he's talked about on the Jaguar Journal with Perry White and on the Carlos Brown show in terms of like naming rights for AW Mumford Stadium and the Felton G. Clark Activity Center. And more than anything, I think it's a fan base. We're gonna need to step it up from a donation standpoint in terms of, feeding, NIL and that type of thing. But at the end of the day, I think everything is trending in the right direction for Southern University. My expectation is just to take it one step at a time. I don't expect. I mean, I can't tell other people what to think and how to feel when it comes to Jaguar Nation. My expectation is not for Southern University to win a Celebration Bowl next year. However, the next couple years, the next few years, I think the expectation is that. But to be able to compete, you have to pay to play. And at the end of the day, you know, they're gonna need to do a better job. And I'm not saying they're not doing a good job already, but they're definitely being forward thinking. And the bag is definitely gonna need to get up big time. You know what I'm saying? Keep it up, fam. Salute to you. He said bingo. So in knowing that, what is the answer? He's put AA. What's the answer? Well, that's what I said. I think it's gonna be imperative that contributions step up. That Jaguar Nation, that we support more in terms of season ticket sales. It's gonna be mandatory based on Saturday's show in terms of if you're gonna come on campus and tailgate, that you're gonna buy at least a couple season tickets. Because someone like myself that's a season ticket holder, like it aggravates me for me to know that there's a lot of people that come to every Southern University home game and they bought a tailgate parking pass for the entire season, and like they don't even come in the games. So I feel like tailgate parking passes should be reserved for season ticket holders. That is my personal opinion. And if people do come on campus to tailgate, that's cool, but you know they need to pay to get on campus as far as I'm concerned. Keep it up, fam. Say HBCUs due to combat that, so they can get those same coaches to bring them to HBCUs. All right. Your boy Jay said, I would say this: if Marshall Falk wasn't here, we wouldn't have these 25 commits. Look at grades last year. Culture was good, but these kids care about big names and money. And Marshall Falk is a big name. And not only that, your boy Jay, they also care about facilities, exposure, notoriety, those type of things. So I think Marshall Falk is a big name. I think Southern University is getting more exposure, but you know, facilities are going to have to improve definitely. And in addition to the improvement of facilities, there's also going to need to be an increase in finances because money is vital in 2026. Man, salute to Bobby Harris. He said, "What's good, fam? I'm blessed and highly favored. Hopefully, all is well with you this evening." Your boy Jay said, "I know Southern off of Zion, some good money, and I'm sure he knew he would start, but Tulane offered more, and he took a deal to be the fifth quarterback in the room. Money truly rules all." Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck. He is not gonna start at Tulane. And I'm not defecating on him. I wish him well. Hopefully everything works in his favor. But if he had opportunity to get some money at Southern and to be the starting quarterback and potentially be a first team all SWAC or SWAC offensive player of the year, I would rather that than get a little bit more money at Tulane and just cold hold a clipboard. So at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. Keep it up, fam. Say bingo. And why? Because their parents know the players. So in knowing this, it makes more sense for HBCUs to hire figureheads who can also go to these coaches and push their athletes to play for HBCUs. Yeah. He said combine a known figurehead with money and you get the athlete of your choice. All right. I agree with that to a certain extent. Uh, Bobby Harris said, "You putting some in that NIL bag, LOL. You putting some in that NIL bag, yeah, for sure." He said, "You putting some money in that NIL bag." Oh, for sure, definitely. Uh, uh, David Colligan, 6141. Salute to you. He said we got 25 committed, but the question is, are they better than the players PV and JSU getting? I think that's definitely a valid question. Uh, Truthfully speaking, a lot of people like off the rip, their expectation is for Southern to win the Celebration Bowl next year. That is not my expectation. I just want a solid foundational type year. If you go 500, I think that's good. But for the expectation to win a SWAC championship and a Celebration Bowl, I think that might be a stretch. And that's the thing about it. Uh, are you gonna be able to exceed PV and Jackson State? PV first, Jackson State second, just in 1 year with Falk. I think that might be a little bit unrealistic. And I think you ask a very valid question. I think a lot of members of Jaguar Nation, they just think just having a big name is enough in 2026. And I don't think that's enough, truthfully speaking. You have to have, in addition to the tradition, the history, the legacy, all of those things, and a big name head coach, you have to have money. I mean, in 2026, you have to pay to play and to make the assumption that history and tradition and legacy, yeah, it was good enough for someone like myself and motivation to be a millionaire and relaxing, calming reign, and most of the people in the chat to go to Southern and want to attend Southern and graduate from Southern. But that's not enough for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, you got to do what you got to do to make it happen. Your boy JSU said, I've seen people say they don't go into games because Graves and Dooley were horrible head coaches. So if Coach Falk comes in year one and at least win 7 to 8 games, things will change. I think so. But truthfully speaking, I think you're going to have people. I mean, just think about it. Like I said, my best friend from primary school in my school district and other school districts is elementary school. But my best friend from primary school, Southern won the SWAC championship in 2013. He said he had not been inside a game since 2005, and he tailgates at literally every Southern University home game, rain, sleet, snow, shine. Some games they barbecue, other games they boil, other games they fry. Like he said, from a cooking standpoint, they do something different for every home game. And he goes to every home game and tailgates, but he has not been inside of a home game essentially in over 25 years. So at the end of the day, like, when you have people like that, there has to be more of a financial incentive for you to allow them to come tailgate on campus. If they just want to come and have a good time and barbecue, fry, boil, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not knocking that, but there has to be a premium on it as far as I'm concerned. Your boy GSU say very much on par with them. They have big names who they aren't releasing till signing day. All right, bet. I mean, I like that. I mean, and you could see after the Zion situation, uh, he ended up going to Tulane. So I'm not mad at them for hiding players and keeping players under wraps. I mean, that's cool with me. I think that's a excellent strategy. Adrian Crook, man, salute to you. He said, who knows how good their players actually are. Well, Jay Good and I, we've been talking about that all day in terms of, Jackson State said they're not rebuilding, they're just reloading. But you could say the same thing about Southern, Jackson State, Prairie View. And despite what people might say, despite if Jackson State fans say it's not a rivalry because, PV fans don't travel well enough and we don't play them every year. I saw that post on social media earlier today. Despite what people might say, Prairie View is still the reigning SWAC champions in football. So at the end of the day, like, people can say what they want. They could talk trash. And, trash talk amongst the different fan bases, it's cool to a certain extent. But even with that being said, though, I mean, until fall actually arrives and we in September and you get to kicking it off and doing what you're doing, you don't know how good these players are because, truthfully speaking, I'm not going to lie, I'm a victim of it myself. I fell victim to it last spring where I got caught up in the hype, and I'm like, yeah, hey, the quarterback play is much better for the spring game. And guess what? When the fall rolled around, guess what? A lot of those players that played in the spring wasn't even there for the fall. And in addition to that, the two quarterbacks you had in the spring, for the most part, didn't even play in the fall. So at the end of the day, like, I'm not getting overly excited during the off season. I'm not getting overly excited during spring training. Hey, once they actually get to playing and doing well, then that's when I'll get excited. But I'm not getting all hyped up. During this part of the season or during this part of the year, I'm not getting all excited during the spring. I'll get excited during the fall once the football is kicked off and they get the kicking behind on the field and they get the winning games. That's what I'm looking forward to. David Colligan said, shouldn't that be the goal though? Since PV won in their first year, that set the bar. See, I think the thing about it is, when we talk about, Pete Richardson winning the SWAC championship his first year, and we talk about Tremaine Jackson winning the SWAC championship in his first year. I mean, I think for the coaching staff, that should be the ultimate goal. And I think you make a valid point from the standpoint of Coach Falk should set the bar high. However, is a diehard member of Jaguar Nation, like I've seen this movie before, and I'm not gonna get overly excited during the off season because a lot of these players, if you look at their huddle highlights, if you look at, I mean, that's one thing that aggravated me too with Coach Dooley and Coach Graves. Like they were recruiting and bringing in players that really didn't even have like real footage. Like Dylan Marotta, they signed him based on his practice footage and his spring game footage. And I'm like, okay, that's what we're doing now. But the point I'm trying to make, I think that might be a good goal for Coach Falk. But myself personally, I think this coming season should be a foundational season. I'm not saying that certain fans that, in fact, maybe most of the fans, if their expectation is Celebration Bowl year one, you got to realize Pete Richardson and Tremaine Jackson didn't take over a historically bad Southern University team that only won 2 games the previous year. So I think putting those same expectations on Marshall Faulk that was put on Pete Richardson, Tremaine Jackson, and not only that, you got to realize Pete Richardson and Tremaine Jackson were established head coaches. Like Pete Richardson had done his thing on the D2 level the same way with Tremaine Jackson. I mean, just think about it. You know, I was getting offended during the offseason when people were saying, hey, Tremaine Jackson going to be the best head coach in the SWAC. And I'm like, he hasn't even coached a game in the SWAC. I understand he's a good head coach. He's a proven head coach prior to coming in the SWAC. But to say he's the best head coach in the SWAC before he's even coached one game, it's like, come on, man, what are we doing? And guess what? It ended up being that ended up being the case. So at the end of the day, I mean, I understand what you're saying. You know, I'm not knocking the way you thinking and how you feel, but at the end of the day, a lot of those players that were on the team last year, they're still gonna be on the team this coming season. A lot of the starters that played for Southern last year weren't good, and a lot of their backers weren't even playable. And a lot of these same players gonna be on your roster. So I mean, unless you completely purge the roster the way Tremaine Jackson did and bring in 70 new players, I mean, it's gonna be hard to get that kind of result just year one. You know what I'm saying? David Collins said, and is that a fact? Your boy Jay, he's SU. He said, are we signing big time players and keeping it on the hush? Because I'm not big on the ones they posted that committed. I think that could be the case, from what I'm understanding. Adrian Crook said, so you like them juniors from KOs that haven't cracked the playing rotation, LOL. He said, David, none of D boys played, LOL. Your boy Jay said, don't sleep on the ones that are committed. These are first team all state, all district players coming in. We have a bunch of 3-star committed. Just stay tuned for signing day. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely looking forward to it. In fact, I'll probably go live on that particular day too. David Collins say, okay, yes, sir. Adrian Crook said 6 to 7 juniors, no tackles. Yes, indeed. Salute to Franklin K. Grand Rising, everyone. Salute to your family. Hopefully all is well with you. Hopefully you having a blessed day. He said your boy JSU said a lot of the starters are going to be third string this year. I like that thinking. He said the freshmen coming in are so good they might take their spot. I hope you're right, and I hope that's the case, your boy G. Franklin Casey, I love the way Coach T.C. Taylor and his coaching staff are recruiting right now. They are bringing in some big boys. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, lately it seemed like early they were kind of quiet, but they seem like they're ramping up now, like ramping up like big time lately. So yeah, Franklin, yeah, tell us some stats from from the boys. Man, Adrian Cook, boy, you wild. But yeah, but in terms of just tradition, history, legacy, for individuals like myself, that was the selling point for me coming to Southern University. But in the end of the day, like, that's not gonna get you just elite level recruits nowadays. You have to have a variety of different things. Is a selling point, and money is definitely a factor in the equation at this point. uh Adrian Cook said they big with zero tackles. Boy, Adrian Cook, all gas, no brakes, you did. Keep it up, fam. Say, I've seen Tremaine Jackson, Tennis Berry, Deshaun Jackson, and Dion all have success in year one. Why not Southern as well? I think it's feasible, but I'm saying I don't want to have I don't want to have grandiose expectations for them not to live up to that. And then not only that, but you got to realize, in Deion Sanders' situation, people keep saying he had all the success year one. He didn't. He has. You got to realize they didn't play after COVID. SWAC suspended play for that fall, so they didn't have spring training. They had a spring season. So when people say he had success year one, in all actuality, technically, that should have been really his second season. So they played in the spring, and then they turn around and played in the fall. So he played 2 seasons in one calendar year. So that's different. Like, keep it up, fam. Like, the context of that is different. So in all actuality, had COVID not hit, what would have happened was they'd have been trash that fall, and then he'd have had a better team the next year. But since he was able to play 2 seasons in one calendar year, that's why people act like, oh, yeah, he went to the Celebration Bowl his first year. Yeah, that was his first calendar year. But in all actuality, really, that should have been his second season at Jackson State. I think that's what people really don't understand. Because when they played Southern and Dawson Odums, when they went to Jackson, man, they beat the brakes off of Jackson State. So I think people fail to realize that. So yeah, he had success year one, but in all actuality, that really was technically a second season. It was the same calendar year, but it wasn't the same season, if that makes sense. The kicker averaged 1.3 in field goals, Franklin. Adrian Cook, all gas, no brakes, you did. He said, Franklin, what tape practice? And that's one thing, Jay Good has kind of been saying. He was like, yeah, a lot of teams bringing in players, but he was like, until the fall hits, we don't know how good some of these players going to actually be. And in addition to that, we just going to say Prairie View, Jackson State, whoever. If you had good players and a lot of your best players hit the portal, when you bringing in new players, one, you don't know how good the new player is going to be. That's first of all. Second of all, even if the new player you bringing in is good as the player that he's replacing, as a team, you got to have chemistry, continuity. It's going to take time to gel together. So even if the player that you bringing in is good as the player he's replacing, still as a team, it's going to take time to have some chemistry and continuity. It's going to take time to gel together. So at the end of the day, like, these are things that fans need to take into consideration when they see these players coming from, you know, Power 4 PWIs, you just can't assume like, all right, hey, he gonna be better than the player he replacing for one. And then not only that, even if he is that good, it's a team sport. It's not an individual sport. So I think these are things that people don't take into consideration, you know. Adrian Crook said, Franklin, I posted the lack of stats. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I did see you post that. And Adrian Crook is super active in all these different SWAC Facebook groups and all across social media. So yeah, so he definitely doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Franklin K said Jackson State recruits have game tape, Mr. Crook. He said you can watch it if you like. All right. David Colligan said, your boy G, he said, do we have some 6'4", 6'7" offensive lineman and defensive lineman on the low? Because our D-line sucked. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Hey, that's a valid point. Like, our D-line was terrible last season. So, yeah, you definitely going to not only need big bodies, but you need talent. You know what I'm saying? Your boy JC might be a 40-plus player recruiting class from Coach Falk. We already have 3 freshman quarterbacks committed, and his starter is on the way. Yeah, I mean, somebody told me that today at school, like, supposedly they got a quarterback coming in that's supposed to be pretty good that they keeping on the low. Uh, I mean, if he is as good as they say he was, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully he is. Keep it up, fam. That is very wrong. And why? Because of the 2021 team was the 2020 COVID recruits, but they didn't all play. So you're wrong because the 2020 season is not a full season of football. They did, however, still. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, for you to say that, hey, he did great, like that spring season, he didn't. That's the point I'm trying to make. So even if they were on a team or whatever the case may be, all right, cool. But I mean, it still wasn't that great in the spring. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I wasn't moved by Jackson State spring team. That fall team, yeah. The spring team, no. He said played in 2021, making that one full year of football in which he went undefeated in the SWAC. Yeah, he went undefeated in the SWAC, and he lost to uh, a mid South Carolina State team in the Celebration Bowl. So, you know, uh, Adrian Crook said, Franklin, stop lying, boy. He said that's practice on high school. Yes, indeed. Adrian Crook nonstop. He said, and D2 and JUCO players. Yeah, I did see a couple D2 JUCO players, but you know, they got some players that transferred from Power 4 PWIs too. I think they had one player from I think from Mississippi State that transferred there. So, you know, we'll see how things play out. Your boy JSU say we have some good solid linemen coming in for sure. All right, bet. He said, how do I know this? He said, because Auburn Miller Jr. and DeJohn Nugget Warren played in the spring. All right. He said, is this QB from Sacramento State? Well, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you, David Colligan. They really didn't want to give me all the information. They just kind of, you know, give me a little bit of intel, even though things people have told me that, you know, when people tell me, hey, coach, don't say nothing, I don't say nothing. But, you know, they wouldn't give me all the intel. I think it's a possibility because he definitely in the portal. Franklin K said, Mr. Crook, I didn't have to lie. It's already out there for public consumption. All right. Uh, Adrian Crook said, keep up, SWAC, the spring. was 21, boy. He said, keep up. He said, keep it up, fam. SWAC, the spring was 21, boy. Yeah, that's what I was saying, you know. You saying the same thing I'm saying, Crook. He said, Franklin, while you are lying, I posted the lack of stats. All right. And he said they haven't played Adrian Crook. All right. Keep it up, fam. He said, so 2020 was just the beginning of the 2021 year. He said Nugget and Aubrey Miller Jr. played in the game. All right. Adrian Crook said none of the FBS boys played. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, like Jackson State was bad in the spring. Keep it up, fam. I mean, you know, you keep saying that, but I mean, if you want, you go pull up the record. And I mean, that's the thing about it. You know, that's what I'm saying. When you saying year one, technically that was year one, but that still was technically, if you compare it now to then, that would have been another season. So he played 2 seasons in one calendar year. That's the point I'm trying to make. Your boy Jay said, quarterback RJ Johnson from FAMU was on a visit here yesterday. So I won't confirm nor deny he will be coming. Yeah, I saw him post footage from the airplane that he was coming to Baton Rouge or whatever. But even that, they really didn't like make a whole lot of noise about it. So truthfully speaking, you know, whether it would be confirmed or denied, your boy Jay, you know, I was talking to one of my co-workers, and it was like, yeah, they think he decent. And truthfully speaking, I think he'll be an upgrade of what they currently have. But I think for a lot of Southern fans, I don't think he'll move the needle. Keep it up, fam. Say the others did not. He said had they chosen to play, they sweep the spring season. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Keep it up, fam. But at the end of the day, those 2 seasons that Deion Sanders won the SWAC championship, he lost the Celebration Bowl both years. So when the MEAC says the SWAC is all hype and the SWAC is an overhyped conference, that's part of what they point to. Adrian Crook said, keep it up, fam. Nobody played in 20 due to COVID. Well, I don't know. Maybe he trying to say Adrian Crook that would have been that recruiting class. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to say in that regard. Franklin said, Mr. Crook, I'm looking at game tape. You do not, you know, you can still be doing your job without accumulating stats, right? That's not the end all be all. All right. Uh, David Collins, he said, but is RJ the big time starter? No, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Like from what I'm hearing, nah, he's not the big time quarterback that people saying that Southern's supposed to be. That's supposed to be coming into Southern, from what I'm understanding. Because the reason why I'm saying he not the big time guy is because they mentioned the big time guy and we talked about RJ, so I don't think they was talking about him in the same breath. It was two different conversations. Adrian Crook say, Franklin, who tape you looking at? Yeah, that's a good question. He said, Mr. Crook, just check out Jackson State this fall. Uh, Andrew Cook said, we took a knee on Prime. Yeah. In that spring season. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. Really, Dawson Nolan really could have, like, really, really, really ran it up. But you're right, he did take a knee. Andrew Cook said, keep it up, fam. The name, LOL. David Collins said Deion kept the whole roster for their spring year. That wasn't Deion recruits. That's cool. But I mean, he's still, you know, your boy JC threw for 2,500 yards, 18 touchdowns in a bad FAMU system, and he's rated a 3-star transfer by 24/7 Sports, and has no 80 Pro Football Focus grade. He has a 80 Pro Football Focus grade. He can definitely be in the Go-Go offense. Yeah, I mean, I said that though, your boy J. I said I think he's better than anything else Southern has currently. But based on the conversation I was having, they was talking about him and the other quarterback too. So I mean, I definitely take him. No two ways about it. Adrian Cook say, Franklin, tell me the names. LOL. Okay. Adrian Cook say, Franklin, that quarterback, D2 or JUCO, not FBS. Who you talking about, Adrian Cook? You talking about the quarterback from Valparaiso that transferred to Jackson State? David Collins said, okay, yeah. He said, I said RJ was nice when he played us. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he definitely a potential all SWAC type of quarterback. I'm not even gonna lie to you, David Collins. So even if the other guy don't come, like I'm cool with that. Your boy just said people spreading his name around to lower tier FBS schools. So smart on the staff to keep his name quiet so they can land him. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, like I said, the Zion Chris situation, him leaving Houston and using Southern as leverage, and essentially to a certain degree he was clout chasing and he was trying to drive up his value, which he did, and he ended up pivoting and going to Tulane, even though he never officially committed to Southern. So you right, your boy J, like that's a good strategy in terms of, just kind of keeping him under wraps. You know what I'm saying? Your boy J say, RJ destroyed us at Month for last year. Oh, he did, and that's the thing that made me mad, bro. I'm like, bro, but I'm not gonna lie, this Southern defense this past season, your boy J, it's the worst Southern University defense I've seen in my entire life. It's like, bro, I've never seen the Southern defense this bad. So yeah, keep it up, fam. Say they can't say uh, that when Deion sabotaged his own team in 2022 by having trenches in the transfer portal and not playing Niles Gaddy. He said, now if they beat a fully loaded JSU team, I'll give them that. But he said, but that was not the case in 2022. In 2021, they underestimated South Carolina State, thinking it was a cakewalk, but simply got outcoached. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You right on that. I think they slept on South Carolina State, but North Carolina Central just flat out punched them in the mouth. And all that, zero blitzing, walking people, everybody up to the line of scrimmage and just sending everybody like, hey, I'm not gonna lie. People can say what they want. Trey Oliver had his team ready, and they just played smash mouth football. They just punching Jackson State in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Crook said you get a .5 a tackle, pile jumping, Franklin. All right. Uh, your boy Jay said, I love how Coach Falk is trying to get his guy at QB. He isn't selling for just anybody like Grace. All right, all right. David Colligan said, if Graves would have kept the quarterback from Valley, I think this year would have been different. And I mean, the thing about it is, Jamari Jones. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jay Good and I was talking about that like a few weeks back. It's a lot of what ifs. In fact, he and I was talking, when I didn't have, stuff to do in my office, when I had a little free time or whatever. And basically we were saying like Jamari Jones, he's still out there and he retweets stuff, but he doesn't post anything. And like even him, he a big question mark. Like, what if he would have played? And why did he feel compelled to jump in the portal? Did he feel like Mark Frederick was leaning more towards Cameron McCoy? Like, what was the situation? The only thing Terrence Graves said was that he had some family issues and he left. So, I mean, I don't know. It would have been interesting to see if Jamar Jones would have stayed. So that's an interesting point. Your boy Jay said, I have no idea what the quarterbacks on the team are going to do. 3 freshmen and potentially 2 transfers are coming in. All right. Andrew Cook said, yeah, that boy, coach. Your boy Jay said, Valley quarterback wouldn't have lasted 3 games in Frederick's off. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Not only that, but the offensive line play. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel you on that, your boy Jay. David Collins. David Collins just said, anybody know if Falk kept McNair? Yeah, he did. He did. Uh, I talked about it a couple weeks back. Yeah, McNair is still gonna be on the staff. I think the only thing is, since he brought in such a huge influx of coaches, new coaches, what is his role gonna be? But we know he's not gonna be the quarterback coach. We know he's not gonna be the tight end coach. So it's gonna be interesting to see what position he coaches. Your boy just said, I don't think Coach McNair is on the staff. Coach Merchant is the OC and the QB coach. Well, Carlos Brown was saying that Southern retained him. He said this a couple weeks back. And that same live stream, I talked about it on my show, your boy Jay. So technically, he's still on the staff. So I think your boy Jay, I think that's the main thing. Like, what is he gonna coach? What capacity is he gonna be in? And even I would say, like, hey, if you had him as your general manager, but he already has that also. So maybe he might be a senior consultant. Uh I don't know. A senior advisor, senior consultant. Who knows your boy Jay? But from what I'm understanding, he's supposed to be on the staff, from what I'm understanding. Adrian Crook said 20 players from the portal grab probably have 5 tackles. LOL. David Collins said, where is Mark Frederick? Honestly, I don't know. As long as he's not in Baton Rouge, uh, and he's not in Southern, nah. I wish him well, but nah, like, hey, we don't we don't need him around us. Man, salute to Blackwater Body. He said salute coach in chat. Man, salute to your Blackwater Body, salute to your fam. One of the day one subscribers, you know what I'm saying? Andrew Cook said, who cares, David? Fishing. Boy, you're a fool, Crook. Uh, David Cotton, he said they brought Cam in and he quit immediately. Yeah, so that kind of make me think they knew he was gonna lean towards Cam or whatever. I don't know. Your boy JC, Coach McNair can be one of the analysts for sure. Yeah, let him do that. Adrian Crook said, get back, coach. Get back, coach. Yeah. Man, you crazy, Crook. You crazy. Uh Man, salute to my brother Jay Good. Man, salute to your fam. Hold up, I think I missed something. Franklin K say Mr. Crook is an undercover Jackson State fan. I ain't gonna lie, Franklin K. Did we be mashing the gas on JSU? Nah, I doubt that highly. And not just in like my live stream or whoever else live stream, Wild Wayne, but I'm talking about all these different SWAC and HBCU football Facebook groups all over social media. I doubt it very seriously. In fact, somebody sent me a screenshot of Adrian Crook on Israel Carey page. I said, God dog, but Crook be all over the place. Adrian Crook say, Franklin, as long as I'm not a cult member like you. Woo! Uh, Jay Good say, Jeepers Creepers giving them fits all day. Big facts. Big facts. David Cosby said, what about uniforms and Under Armour? We need Nike. And you got to realize, Falk was a Nike athlete. So I'm almost thinking Southern going to switch to Nike. And in addition to that, my thing is, as long as you got some dope uniforms that you also put out uniforms that people will want to buy, and they Columbia blue and gold, I mean, I really don't care. But I mean, as long as you don't, try to throw some raw blue and some navy blue and hey, bro, just stick with the Columbia blue and gold. Stick to the branding of the university and institution. I mean, that's the main thing I want. Cause, that's one thing Jay Good and I talk about behind the scenes all the time. In addition to how, in 2026, just legacy and history and tradition, it's not going to be the main selling points for your university and institution. Besides that, like you also need to, have some nice sellable uniforms. That way you can generate some money for your NIL. And in addition to that, like you really gotta make your brand, like you gotta elevate your brand back to what it used to be, and you gotta exceed that. Like you gotta fully monetize having Marshall Faulk as your head coach at this point. So, you know, I'm almost certain he has a plan in place, but we'll see how how things play out. man, man, y'all boys going hard. Adrian Cook said, I will pee in the water, but I don't want to disturb the land infusion. Man, Adrian Cook, boy, you wild. Man, Crook, man, you wild. You a wild boy, Crook. uh, uh, your boy Jay said, I hate the Columbia Blue and Royal Blue combo so much. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you. If it was me, I just would completely move away. Because Jay Good sent me this thing probably, let's say probably but a year ago, where it talked about Southern University and all the shades of blue. And it was showing like Southern University wearing Columbia blue, Royal blue, Navy blue. Me, my thing is, I mean, some people like the gray. I ain't huge on it. If it was me, I'll just stick with Columbia blue and gold. And on top of the Columbia blue and gold, I might have, throwing some white with that. Maybe even have like a special black uniform. The way, if you look at this logo that David Colligan has in the chat, like I'll be cool with that too. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like royal blue, navy blue, like man, hey, let's just stick with Columbia blue, please, so we don't confuse people with our branding. And even if you like have an NIL collective or you have something associated with Southern University, please let's stick with Columbia blue and gold, so we don't confuse anything from a branding standpoint. Because that's one thing Jay Good was pointing that out. He was like, man, when you come on, when you start talking about like the Green Bay Packers, you don't see them deviate from green and gold. You don't see the Dallas Cowgirls deviate from silver and that blue they got. You don't see Alabama deviate from crimson and white. Like, in Southern, we need to stick with the Columbia blue and gold. You know what I'm saying? David Colligan said, he said they need to paint the white helmets blue. All right. As long as the Columbia blue, cool. Franklin K said, NIL to me is your school branding. These kids want some type of bag. Well, I mean, you got to pay to play in 2026, Franklin K. And the thing about it is, I mean, not let's take HBCUs out of it for a second. Just look across college football and look at some of the money some of these guys get. DJ Lagway, he didn't even play that well this year at Florida. And I mean, I know he had issues in terms of, not being able to participate in spring, and he started late, whatever. But he got like over $3 million and he didn't play that well. And he transferred to Bill and he gonna get another bag. If you look at Arch Manning, Arch Manning did not like the world on fire. He got over $6 million in NIL money. So at the end of the day, like, you can get, players under the radar and you could do what you do. Because, I mean, you can find players out there anyway. I mean, look at the way Ole Miss, the Confederates, found Trinidad Chambers. So you can find players out there, and you can find players out there without even need to give them a bag. You know what I'm saying? Your boy G said that navy blue is cursed. Oh, big facts. Like, yeah, hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the uniform Southern had, but I would stay away from that navy blue, and I would stay away from the I would stay away from the navy blue, and I would stay away from that green. That's just me. Adrian Cook said, David, I know my pee cleaner than that water. But Adrian Cook, you wild one. Your boy JC, when they introduced that navy blue in 2015, I kind of thought it was cool because it was different. He said, however, they kept wearing it and kept losing. I started to hate it. Hey, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%. Adrian Cook says subsiding programs shouldn't be talking about NIL. The simple. Yeah, yeah. But I'm getting ready to shut it down. I gotta go take care of some business. I appreciate everybody that came through, that showed love, everybody that's been rocking with the channel since day one, all my new subscribers. And Saturday, I'm probably gonna come on later because more than likely I probably have to attend out one, but I don't know how it's gonna play out, but might have to attend a couple of funerals on Saturday. But I appreciate everybody came through, everybody coming through showing love. Jay Good said, I remember when I was there in the 90s, that other school across town hated to wear them purple jerseys. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. when teams came in and they made them wear them purple jerseys, they couldn't stand. So from a branding standpoint, because Jay Good and I, we talk about it all the time. We talk about LSU with their gold helmets, gold pants, white jerseys. The Dallas Cowboys with with these star on their helmet, same color helmet and pants, white jerseys. The Green Bay Packers, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Like, from a branding standpoint, these teams stick out. And, from a branding standpoint, Southern needs to elevate the brand. Man, salute to you, Franklin K. I appreciate you to the fullest. But I appreciate everybody that came through, showed love. I'll catch y'all on another live stream on Saturday. In addition to that, HBCU Fanatic is going to be back this Thursday with my brother channel, Jared 11 Green. Hey, y'all come through. We're going to talk about football all across the SWAC, all across HBCU. We're going to talk about Ted Sweet Flight White potentially being the head coach of his alma mater. We're going to talk about a lot of transfer portal news. So come through, check us out. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal evening. I'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace and blessings to the family. Salute to the awesome and amazing LDBC. And go Jags, you dig.